let's go ahead and call to order the Board of Health at 6:30. And I would bring everyone's attention to the letter in your box from the health officer that basically is a follow-up inspection of 1348 Vermont Route 30, Apartment 1, that has a list of recommendations for the improvement and for dealing with the issues within the residence. And I believe it's a one year to complete the upgrades, as I recall.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 11/3/2020.
So at this point in time, that should be in process, and hopefully when the work is done, the health officer will be called back out to do an inspection, and then the board will receive confirmation that this issue has been put to rest. Are there any questions about the report or what has happened? No?
Nope.
All right, then hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the Board of Health at 6:31.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, we have adjourned the Board of Health meeting. Now I'll call to order the Select Board meeting at 6:31 p.m. And I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes from November 26th, 2019.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
That has the correction to the warrants, right?
The minutes do?
Oh, no, the minutes do not.
No, right.
Right.
So the correction or that's just in the wrong spot. That should have been down with the warrant.
Oh, with the one, oh, okay. So
Okay, so November 26th was as written, and they'll be amended by the warrant.
the warrants, yeah.
So,
So
we have
moved.
to- okay, was there a
Sorry.
second? Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the minutes from November 26th, 2019, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, abstentions, motion passes. Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda? I would suggest, or I don't see a need for an executive session, number 10, so I would like to remove that. Hearing nothing else, then we'll move on to the warrants.
Make a motion to pay check warrant number 1, payroll in the amount of $15,122.99.
Is there a
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of paying payroll warrant number 1 in the amount of $15,122.99, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion passes.
Make a motion to pay check warrant number 2, payroll tax in the amount of $6,503.27.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of paying payroll tax warrant number 2 in the amount of $6,503.27, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion passes.
Make a motion to pay check warrant number 3 out of the general fund, the amount of $666,034.52.
Second.
Any discussion? Just FYI, that is the payment to the schools. So hearing no further discussion, all those in favor of paying general fund warrant number 3 in the amount of $666,034.52, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion passes.
Make a motion to pay check warrant number 4 out of the general fund in the amount of $12,443.99.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of paying general fund warrant number 4 in the amount of $12,443.99, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion passes.
Make a motion to pay check warrant number 5 out of the highway fund in the amount of $6,458.18.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of paying highway warrant number 5 in the amount of $6,458.18, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion passes.
Make a motion to pay check warrant number 6 out of the equipment fund in the amount of $159.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of paying the equipment warrant number 6 in the amount of $159, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, Abstentions? Motion passes.
Make a motion to pay check warrant number 6 out of the equipment fund in the amount of $8,091.67.
It should actually be number 7.
76 or 67?
$8,091.76.
76, okay. And there was a second?
Second, yep,
Okay.
So it should be number 7.
7.
Sorry.
Okay, hearing no discussion, all those in favor of paying the equipment warrant number 7 in the amount of $8,091.76, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. Okay, and all you need to basically do on this one, we had an error on warrant number 4 from the meeting on 11/26, and we have a revision that we need to approve that warrant from an amount of $20,569.54 to a total of $11,150.44. There was a duplicate charge the last time, so it's been removed. So I'll entertain a motion. Okay.
Second.
Is there any discussion on what happened or why? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the revision of warrant number 4 from 11/26 to an amount of $11,150.54, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. Okay, so that takes care of the warrants. Reports, highway?
We've had several storms since our last meeting, so we've been keeping up with that along with the maintenance on the equipment. Also, Arnold had a conversation with me. He does not want to drive in during a snowstorm on the days that the transfer station is open. So I had a conversation with the backup. The backup is prepared to cover in case that does happen. But I think we should move forward and think about backup for the backup.
Backup for the backup.
Yeah.
Okay.
In case the backup is sick and it's snowing.
And if this turns into something larger than it is, then we'll have someone.
Okay, well, that's certainly something we can discuss actually tomorrow with the discussion on the budget as to how that might look from a monetary standpoint as well. But right now, the backup is willing to fill in if in fact one. Okay.
Yes,
Okay, so we're covered for right now.
we are covered.
Okay, are there any questions for the highway? Anyone? No?
How's the new truck going
Very good.
in the storms? Yeah,
Excellent.
good,
Yeah, we're all very happy with it.
excellent.
And we bought an extra hose, so when we wash it, it's
It's away from the...
away from the building.
Thank you, please. Now, the little one's being washed away from the building as well, correct? Okay.
Everything is 2 hose lengths away.
I see, thank you. Okay, and if there's nothing else, then we need to have a discussion about the uniforms and where we are right now. So I know Carla had left a message with UniFirst to try to get one of the salesmen to respond to the changes that we had requested in the contract. And were you successful?
No. No, we played phone tag twice. I even sent an email, and I still haven't heard from him, or I haven't heard back from him, I should say. He did leave a message, I believe it was last Monday.
So the question then becomes, what would you like to do? And we've kept Cintas on the hook for what we've talked about for the new uniforms now for a couple months. And while we tried to get things worked out with UniFirst, that doesn't seem to be a possibility, or at least not a reasonable possibility. We also had a difficult time in the finance office with that, and in that they're still sending us notices that we're not paying the bills, when in fact every invoice that we've received has in fact been paid. So they have an issue with customer service all the way down the line. So I'm not sure where you'd like to go.
What are the ramifications of just breaking the contract?
We have to pay half of the outstanding, is it half the outstanding balance?
50%, yes.
Right, of however
Remainder
many
of the
months left on contract we have. And that amounted to how much? We looked at it.
It was about $2,000 in October.
Okay, in October.
Yes.
So it'd be a little less than 2,000 to actually break the contract. That's what it would cost us to buy out.
Would they know?
Pardon?
Would they know if we broke the contract? If they don't contact us back and they have no
Gary, just
Movement.
keep sending the guy away every,
Well, I think the driver would report back saying, Cintas's uniforms are hanging in my lockers. So we'd get communication through the back door.
yeah,
We can get communications to the back door as well by literally not paying the bills.
right.
Dave will talk to us then. It'll be a different department, but it's entirely up to the board as far as, you know, what you wish to do moving forward. I know that the highway crew is pretty adamant about the fact that they would like this protective colored clothing
Mhm.
to be able to wear, especially this time of year when it's so dark outside.
Yep.
Right.
If they have to be out of the trucks.
Yeah, and I mean, we can't even get a hold of UniFirst to see if they offer high vis, or do they? Do we know?
I think they do, but nobody, they won't.
They won't tell us.
And
I bet
that's,
they would if we said we wanted more.
well, I'm sure they would. They're very good about adding charges to the bill,
Yeah.
but they don't seem to have anything in the way of customer service when something goes wrong.
Mm.
And that's part of any contract that you sign, there's a certain implied
Right.
response, customer service response. So again, it's up to the board. We can wait till after the first of the year, take a look at it, and then we do the recalculation and see exactly where we are.
So the number goes down $44 a week is what comes off of that 2,000. Because that's half of the bill. The bill's 88 a week.
Right.
Yeah,
Times however many weeks we had left on contract, and I don't remember how many that was.
It was, I think, until October 11th or October 12th.
So we were only a year into the contract?
You had a year left of the contract.
You had a
Roughly
year left of the
Yeah.
contract.
Yes, when we were calculating.
So again, we can carry it forward on an agenda if you would like to do that. We can make a decision tonight. We can do whatever you would like to do.
and couldn't we make an argument that their lack of response is a breach of contract on their part?
Yes, if you want to play that game, we
I mean,
could.
that's not gonna save us any money if we go down that road, is it?
Is there any money in the budget, like slush money that hasn't been spent to the highway department that we could?
I don't know, you have to ask Steve if he's willing to give any of it away. How valuable is that reflective clothing?
Well, it's very valuable. It's
Okay,
the value of a life.
Exactly.
Right.
So, you know, are you willing to go $200 or $2,000 into deficit in some line on the highway just to be able to make sure that those uniforms are what you guys need?
What happened to the part where we didn't take the uniforms, so we took the rags and all that stuff?
That's what we're trying to get a response from them on.
Well, what if we just cancel the uniforms and keep taking the
We
rags?
can't seem to get that accomplished.
That was my first query with them.
Well,
We'd like,
when the guy delivers the stuff and you tell him to take it back with him,
I don't think there's usually somebody in the shop when those uniforms are delivered, is there?
He usually comes while we're having our lunch.
Does
So
he?
at least there's someone there eating lunch when Paul comes in.
I mean, that's a possibility, but that's what we've been trying to do now.
I would just tell him to take it back and go on to Cintas and keep
Yeah.
getting the rags from him so we honor the contract and just straight out tell him that we don't want the shirts at all.
Shirts and pants, yeah.
Yeah,
And
My
get
original
them-
email
get them
was
from
clear, yeah.
Cintas and,
what was it
you
as
know,
a
if they question it,
request?
we get a hold of you.
So there usually is somebody there.
Yes.
Would you be comfortable having one of the crew actually make that statement, or
Well, no, he comes every Tuesday. It's
should you
around,
make a point of being
I
there?
would make a point of being there. So if we pull the trigger on this, the minute we have Cintas, you have the sizes already, uniforms in our possession, then we just cut the cord.
mhm.
until no more.
Yep.
So why don't we do that in the form of a motion, and the fact that we're going to go ahead and move forward with whatever needs to happen to do the order with Cintas?
I make a motion to have Steve inform UniFirst that we are interested in discontinuing our obligation for the pants and for the shirts, and to remain with the rags with them and make it effective immediately, please.
Second.
So all those in favor of basically just leaving the rags on contract with UniFirst signify by saying aye.
I,
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. So we need another motion to.
I would now move that we engage Cintas in a contract for garage uniforms.
Second.
I'm not
As
sh-
quoted.
I'm not, was there a contract on that, Carla? I don't remember. Was Cintas on the uniforms? Or was it just a week to week? I don't think they ever talked about a contract.
No, I think he just gave us a quote for the price, and if we accepted it, then they would, we would take delivery in about 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay, so contract may be
I move that we engage the services of Cintas for
the uniform.
uniform requirements for the town garage.
Okay, second for that, please.
Second.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions? Motion passes. So Carla, if you could get in touch with him tomorrow with the sizes and let him know that as soon as feasible, that we would like them to begin delivering uniforms to the garage.
That's just their response to everything else, I think we're going. Yeah.
Okay, so that's actually a pretty good place to break. So at this point, I would like to take the agenda out of order and move members of the public into the slot. Somebody make a motion to that effect?
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, abstentions? Motion passes. Chief Beattie?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Ian. Do you want to fill the board in? You've got a better handle on what's going on with this vehicle than I do. So can you fill the rest of the board in on what's going on with engine 2?
Sure. So we were putting the chains on it the other night before the big storm and found that it has a broken leaf spring in it, in the back. So we took it out of service. I'm working on getting prices right now for the repair. I talked to him again today about it, and he was gonna try to get it to me by close of business this afternoon, but I didn't hear from him, so I'm assuming it's not gonna be until tomorrow. With that said, depending on how much it is, I have an idea in my mind, but I would rather see the estimate come in before,
Right.
so don't scare anybody. You know, if it's an astronomical amount, then we'll have to figure out, you know, do we actually continue and move forward with the truck, or is it time?
Astronomically, you're thinking probably under 1,000 for one leaf?
You can't do just one. They're 30 some odd years old there.
Set under 1,500?
It comes as a set.
Yeah.
We do them in our trucks all the time. It's maybe $600 with the U-bolts and the pins and the bolts with the spring package.
Don't you have some kind of an issue with the new versus old springs and making it too tall for the garage?
Yes, because he did mention putting in a heavier overload pack, and I told him that I wouldn't recommend that just because we have height issues getting in and out of the building. Yes, I would like to think that a side is, you know, going to be, you know, $400 a side, but I don't know, you know, what the
Engine
price
two
is going to
who
be.
makes the cabin chassis of that truck?
It's GMC. So, you know, if they use the same leaf spring that International and everybody else used, then it could be very cheap. If they went with an oddball that was just particular to that truck, then, you know, supply and demand, the price will be much higher, so. That's why I was hoping to have the price tonight, but unfortunately it won't be until probably your next meeting.
So then isn't that what the new truck was basically acting as backup to, the one we received from Dummerston?
That's correct.
So that's now the frontline truck?
It's the second truck out.
That's the second truck. So at this point in time, there's nothing that's really from a critical nature that would be driving the decision as to what needs to happen to this vehicle.
We do have time with the truck that we purchased from Dummerston. I mean, that definitely is definitely a help right now.
Yeah, but we don't need a broken horse in the stall,
Right.
so.
No, but it buys us time right now as far as, you know, we
We
don't
don't have to run
to.
out and get it fixed tomorrow.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, would I rather sit there and be able to go out on a call? Absolutely. But
Would we be smart to give you the okay to spend up to $1,500 to replace both of the leaf springs and the U-bolts and whatever else you would need for stuff for those too?
I'm not sure that's gonna be enough.
Okay, so would you recommend a number that would be sufficient to cap it at?
If I had to guess, I would say probably 2,500, and then if it's more than that, I can come back and see it the next meeting, or...
That's
Yeah.
going to essentially be the question, how much money to put into a truck that we may or may not be keeping for an extended period of time as well, particularly since we do have the backup right now. If you're looking at a massive cost just to repair this vehicle, that almost doesn't make sense.
Right.
But is $2,500 a massive cost?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that becomes the weighing factor when he gets his quote as to whether or not to repair this truck or just how to go about what to do with it.
Give me an idea what it's worth.
Nothing the way it sits right now.
Right, yeah. What did we pay for the truck from?
I was gonna say, case in point, where it was around, what, 9,500, and we got done with lettering, I think it was just under 10,000. So, you know, you're
So you're
definitely
talking
not gonna
about-
see any more than that. I mean, this,
Talking about almost a quarter of the worth of the truck at
Exactly.
2,500.
Yeah.
For split springs, right.
So the 2,500 is parts only?
I asked for a price on everything, parts and labor. Like I said, that's just,
Who's gonna do the work?
this particular estimate is just through Fleet Pride. I haven't reached out to, you know, either Catamount or Twin State or anybody else. I needed a price to come and talk to you guys about, let you know what we were looking at. But unfortunately, I don't have that price, so.
I mean, it's the board's decision, but the highway department would be more than willing to install them for you. If you wanted to do a material quote, we can put them in for you. We're gonna have a break between storms. We're in good shape right now. We'd be willing to do that. I mean, we do them ourselves in our dump trucks. We could do 2 in a day.
That is a great offer. The only difference is the way that the body hangs down over the truck, where you don't have that in the dump trucks. That's just something that I don't know how we lift it up that high, but we can definitely,
I'd be pretty confident that Robbie Tremont could get it figured out.
Work it out.
We've all done it.
Yeah.
There's too many mechanics in the room. Anyway,
I don't even know what a leaf spring is.
oh, I do, I know what that is, Crystal. Go ahead with you.
Here's a thought. You think you're gonna get a quote tomorrow. You could ask him to separate the quote out into parts and labor. We're meeting tomorrow for the budget. Come back tomorrow and let us know what,
Or just email me.
or email Kathy, and then we'll have, because we can then make a decision tomorrow night.
You know, along with a recommendation from you as to what you feel, whether or not it's completely out of line. And then if you get that to me, I'll bring it to the meeting tomorrow night and we'll have a quick discussion about how to move forward on that, if that works.
that's fine.
Okay, and then that'll give everybody a direction from planning to have space in the garage to whatever. So, okay, if that works for you, that's fine.
That's more, yes, that's fine.
On another note, we're starting to get bits and pieces of the audit materials back.
Yeah.
And I thought that this little recommendation that came through from the auditors today would probably be advantageous to you because this would not be in the final report. Something that you might want to see as you and I have talked about what's coming out in the, at the very bottom. Yes.
Okay.
And I did speak to Mr. Marchant when he was here today doing some additional work.
Okay.
And he seemed to feel that he might have a copy of the bylaws. So if at some point in time we could actually get a copy of that and keep it here for the auditors to be able to look at. I think it would clear up a lot of the confusion that's going on with the association money versus the town money. Because it seems to be crossing over, and they use fire department fund interchangeably with the town funds, the pumper fund, and then the association money. I don't think they honestly know what they're talking about when they start to group it like that. So if we could clarify that for them within the bylaws for the fire department, I think it would help immensely.
Okay.
So I will get you a copy of the audit when the final comes in, and then that's out in the letter that came to the select board, or will be coming to the select board as far as your recommendation. I just thought I'd pass that along, and I'll get you copies of both of those as well.
You
So
need this back?
no, I do not need that back, I've got it. That's your copy. And like I said, if you can get a copy of the bylaws and forward them to the office, that would be absolutely perfect.
Okay.
So I did set him with the task of trying to find those, see if he did have them. Mr. Marchand.
Yeah.
Okay? But other than that, like I said, I'm just waiting for that final audit piece so that you can take that back to the membership and have whatever discussion you need to have about that. Okay?
Well, that sounds good. Hopefully we can get it figured out.
Well, I think if we could just clarify it so they understand exactly what the relationship is between the department and the town,
Right.
that it will stop a lot of the back and forth discussion that, what I spend a day, 3.5 hours dealing with that kind of issue with the audit, because there's a lot of misunderstanding about how things are happening.
Okay.
So I think it's just a matter of perception more than anything, not really a problem.
All right, we should be able to get that squared.
Yeah, and like I said, we signed off, sent the final paperwork in today, so that final report should be out in the next week or so. When is your next business meeting that you would need that for?
Thursday night.
Oh, it's not gonna be here by Thursday. So it's probably gonna be next month, you do it once a month? business?
Correct.
Okay, so it'll be in your January meeting before I actually have that for you then. In a finalized form. Okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, so just email me if you do get a quote, and I'll bring it to them tomorrow night at the budget meeting, and I'll get back to you with whatever decision comes out, and then you guys can move forward from there.
Perfect.
Thanks.
I'm hoping, yes, because when I called him this morning, he said he planned on having it to me tomorrow morning, and I said, well, board's meeting
Today
tonight,
better.
so anyway, I get it tonight, and he said, I'll try, but it didn't sound promising, so.
Well, it's no harm
That's
done.
fine, I'll
We'll
let
just
you
do
know,
it.
and then we'll see what that, and then I can talk to Steve and have a work party.
Yeah, well, at least it's a big enough bay in there that you can all fit around the vehicle, unlike
Yeah,
the
right.
fire station where you're like this.
Yeah, you won't gather many around it there.
We'll give you the brush truck back for 2 days.
That's, yeah. We've been talking about that, so. Yeah, we haven't forgotten about it.
No, but just to make room in the bay.
Yeah.
We just swap trucks for 2 days.
Yes, we actually, our last work meeting, we were hoping to get up and get it winterized, so if you had to get it out of there, if you needed more room, it wouldn't be the end of the world to push it out for a little bit, so it's on the list to do.
Thank you very
Alrighty.
much.
Well, thank you, guys.
And we're good to bring the Kubota down?
Whenever you're ready.
All right, we'll do it this week.
Third page, so same one you usually put it in, so. Yeah,
Thank you.
should be fine. Alright.
Thank you, sir.
You guys have a good night?
You too.
I will let you know as soon as I know something more.
Great.
Alright,
Thank you, Glenn.
Good night.
care.
Alrighty, then, going back up to the reports. You all should have gotten a copy of the town clerk's counter money report and the town treasurer.
Excuse me. In the sweep account, you have $1,601,313.91. Your checking account, you have 30,000 even.
Okay, are there any questions for the treasurer? Okay. Hearing none, then correspondence from Wyndham Regional, I'll see if I can find it. No, that's Glenn's. We did receive notification that Wyndham Regional is having a broadband, I can't find it now, conference, there it is, in Newburgh on January 23rd to discuss the possibility of establishing a local group to bring broadband into our neck of the woods. What they're asking the towns to do is to become the mechanism to survey the community, to see who is interested in purchasing broadband and who would be willing to pay for it. And I know this is done in several areas in the state right now, but one of the biggest issues with this is, while everybody wants faster internet, they're not necessarily willing to pay for it. So they answer the survey, yes, we want it, and then these companies build and they come in, and then suddenly they can't make enough money to sustain. So if anybody is interested, number one, here's the copy, I think Crystal's seen it and Will's seen it.
So,
If either one of you would like to see it, I'll be happy to give you a copy, but if anyone's interested from the board of going and representing Townsend, it does have to be RSVP'd for whatever reason. So,
snacks,
huh?
snacks,
Snacks? Okay. So there's food involved,
sometimes.
I see. So it's January 16th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Newburgh with the snow date of January 23rd.
Which is Thursday night.
And then the board would need to make a decision, if the recommendation from the representative is to move forward on that, the board would have to say, yes or no to that, because again, we're the ones that have to put out the surveys, collect the surveys, and provide the information to whomever. Did you want to see it, Rob? Steve, did you?
I believe that's what Crystal sent me in an email today.
Oh, okay, so you've seen it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I really, all right. That's just, so you thought you could go?
Yeah, I think I'm there.
Okay, well, if you could go and come back and let us know what they have to say, and what bright ideas they have, that would be great. Okay, there is no old business that I'm aware of. Setting budget workshop dates, we have one tomorrow night. I don't think we can technically set another one until we have the
that
first
one.
one tomorrow night, right, to see where we're going.
4:30.
So now we have two requests for the use of the town hall. The first one is from Wyndham Regional Commission to use the town hall for an energy planning event on December 12th.
Thursday.
So I would need a motion to allow Wyndham Regional to utilize the town hall on December 12th, and followed by whatever fee or whatever costs might be associated with that. Does anybody have a motion?
I would move to let Wyndham Regional use the town hall Thursday, December 12th, under the regularly scheduled fee structure.
Second.
The one,
Under our,
the one question I have is do they normally just use the upstairs?
yeah,
So that would not include the downstairs, so that would be $100 for a base fee in the wintertime for the upstairs.
right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So for $100 fee,
Yeah.
the $100 fee. All right, was there a second? You seconded that? Is there any further discussion? All those in favor of allowing Wyndham Regional Commission to use the town hall for an energy planning event on December 12th for a fee of $100 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. No. Usage fee. Okay, so Carla, if you would let them know tomorrow, they did include their certificate with the document, so we do have that. The second one we have, I'm not sure why we have it. It's a request from Suzanne Clark to use the town hall, but I don't know what for, so I don't know if we're talking upstairs, downstairs, or what we're actually talking about. So,
Sounds like we should contact her and
it would,
see what she's talking about.
well, it's for January 11th from 1 in the afternoon until, it's got a question mark for the time. But I don't know what it's for. I don't know if
Right,
there's
so
a
they-
dining room or whether it's a,
Or the whole building.
exactly.
Saturday.
So, would you like Carla to get in touch just to
Yeah.
find out
Yeah,
what's?
give her a call.
Yeah, ask if the whole building or just the downstairs.
Yeah, we need to know what she needs use of.
Think about amending that form to have a checkbox or something.
For which one, which piece?
To, whether you want them upstairs, downstairs, or both.
Well, see, that's part of the thing, is we also have common use, and then both of them are checked here. And I don't think anybody's using the common right now.
Oh, she checked the common too?
Yeah, she did, so, you know, it is,
Busy weekend.
it's
Yeah, If I have
gonna,
to plow it, you gotta let me know.
go turn the fountain on.
Stay away from those trees.
So yes, if you would get in touch with her, because I don't see her, and just find out what part of the building she needs to use. That would be helpful, and then we'll take a look at it at the next meeting, okay? Okay, so we've already done Glen, because he came and just actually talked to us. So now the big elephant in the room, ladies and gentlemen, is what do we do about our second meeting in December?
That's easy. I think it should be at your house.
On Christmas
On the
Eve?
24th.
Yep. Open house. I'll bring Swedish meatballs.
I'll bring the chafing dishes.
I'll bring the eggnog.
And two, no, I'm not gonna eat it.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what you'd like to do. We have a budget meeting tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
being the 11th,
Yep.
and we could meet the week of the 5th, no, we can't meet the Tuesday of the 17th because that conflicts with my other Tuesday meeting.
Right.
So we could meet any day but Tuesday, or we could meet after Christmas.
Which would then be
That week doesn't.
That's a
New
bad
Year's
week.
Eve.
So I don't know what you'd like to do. I mean, we can't postpone.
What about the 18th? What about a Wednesday? So the second meeting in December is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
The second
Yeah.
select board meeting. What if we chose the week before the Christmas holiday week? Like
that one's,
the
yeah.
18th or something?
The 18th I could do.
I could do the 18th.
That's next week.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be a short meeting, there probably won't be any bills, because I doubt seriously Elaine will have them ready to go, which means
Right.
she's going to have to prepay anything that falls into that,
Into
such
that
a
window.
4-week crack.
Yep.
Yep.
But, you know, we can certainly do it that way. Or we can take it into, let's see, how's January laying out? See, January would be Tuesday, so, got it.
Maybe the 14th.
It'd be the 14th.
Yep.
That's a long time to go.
Just scribble rip off a little corner of the paper, write down your agenda, put in your pocket.
So maybe instead of doing,
Well, we could do the 18th and do the 7th as a budget meeting.
well, do you want?
So we don't have to have 4, and then we can do cleanup of minor stuff then, right?
Because January, technically the warning in the budget should basically be signed by our second, which I won't even be here. Sorry, Dave. Anyway, the 21st will probably be the meeting where we finalize the warning and begin the whole process of getting ready for town meeting.
Mhm.
So that means we have to get the budget done.
Yep.
We have to get the warning done and all those other pieces in between the holidays.
Right.
So we could meet the 18th, but we're not gonna pay bills, which means the bills would go all the way to the 14th
Yeah, that's why I'm saying we could meet on the 7th
as
as another budget meeting.
why a budget meeting? Why not a board meeting?
Well, we could do that. I mean, it's a meeting, but
Well,
we
but
could
we
pay
don't-
bills then.
Right, but it needs to be kind of separate because it's not filmed when we do budget meetings.
Right.
So it's not a record for the
Oh, I see. what you
general
mean.
public if we do budget and
A meeting.
a meeting together.
Okay. Yeah, so
So it's up to you
it
guys,
would be, yeah, it would just be adding a regular meeting in that,
in the middle,
in the middle.
yeah.
I'm okay with that.
So do you want to do then
What are we doing?
I'm totally lost, I'm sorry.
So we're gonna
The
do the,
14th of January is a regular
It
select
is a
board
regular
meeting.
meeting, yes.
And
Yes.
Will's talking about potentially getting together the Tuesday prior to do a budget.
Well, no, we were just having
well,
that
yeah,
discussion.
we're talking about moving the Christmas week meeting to next week. And then making the 7th an additional regular meeting so that we don't go 5 weeks without paying
Without paying
bills
bills.
and doing stuff like that.
So we would meet on the 18th, and it would be a short meeting, because that one we could probably, that way we could actually, possibly do a budget meeting afterwards. So we could do a regular meeting on the 18th, to clean up whatever happens in this next week.
Yeah.
And then have a budget meeting, and then schedule a regular board meeting then for the 7th.
Yeah,
So we don't go all the way to the 14th. I mean, it cut a week off of overdue bills.
yeah.
Because there won't be any next week, I can guarantee that. So what's your pleasure?
I think we do that. So we move the Christmas Eve meeting to the 18th. Wednesday.
And do a combined select board and budget
And do
meeting.
select, should we start
So we
early?
can start earlier? Would that be
We
possible?
start,
I could-
yeah.
On Wednesday?
Wednesday the 18th, I could be here by 5.
I can be here by 5.
I don't know, I gotta bake a lot of Christmas
Do
cookies,
you?
I gotta
Got a
wrap
bakery or-
presents, I'm pushed, I'm like packed right up to the hill.
What about you, Steve?
I'm good.
Okay, so we'll plan on 5 o'clock on the 18th, and we'll do
With a budget meeting to follow.
a select board meeting at 5.
Or does that work for you, Rich, to be able to, because we have to.
We're changing dates on Rich, so that doesn't necessarily mean
Okay.
you'll be able to follow
Okay.
us.
Yeah, I don't know, there's 5 meetings already that night.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. We'll miss you. We'll say we're
Just
sorry.
leave the camera, we'll set it up. We promise not to break it. We just might have it pointed somewhere else.
And then to follow with a budget meeting, so that, budget, yeah, okay. And then move the initial meeting in January to the 7th. Correct, so we'll do 2 weeks back to back?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so if there is a,
Have you gotten any budget information yet from the listers and the town clerk?
I've gotten the town clerk, I've gotten the,
Planning commission.
planning commission turned theirs in today. The fire department has turned theirs in.
Okay, so we got stuff to talk about.
Yeah, the listers haven't turned anything in, but that's not uncommon. And we have not received the libraries yet. So I don't know where the trustees are, but that kind of goes in a separate section anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can actually begin, of course, we can always do it backwards since you've already done the highway too. So we could start the discussion tomorrow night with what are we going to do with salaries, which is the biggest piece of the
Yep.
budget. What we're gonna do with salaries, make a decision there, and then start filling in the sheets for the highway since that's already done.
Yep.
And then once Carla has the information on salaries, she can go in through the calculations on employer costs and humors, that type of thing, and go ahead and get those plugged in.
Yeah.
We've already done health insurance, we know that's now a
Yeah.
set fee. So a lot of the stuff is done from that.
Yeah, we'll have the heavy lifting. Yeah, the salaries is a big thing.
And I know we did transfer today, we transferred the comparative budget information over to Carla in Excel, so that she'll be able to, year after year after year, just use the same sheet
Just
to
create
be
new
able-
tabs,
instead of having to go in and
make it every time.
every year,
Yep.
like Craig was doing when he was combining those accounts, and then trying to recreate that same wheel with the new added lines gets really difficult. So this year it will become consistent year
Yeah.
after year.
A little more
It
standardized.
will come out of NIMRIC and just go straight
Cool.
into the town report.
Great.
That's about what it amounts to. Okay, so if there's nothing else and nobody has any additional business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn at 7:15.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? See you all tomorrow night at 4.
30.
4:30.
No, it actually says 4.